MP4. MP4 is the most popular video format in the world. If you've ever recorded a video on your phone, downloaded a clip, or uploaded anything online, chances are it ended with .mp4. It's so common that most people assume MP4 is the video. But here's the important part. MP4 isn't actually a video codec. It's a container. And in this video, we're covering the containers and the codecs. Think of it like a shipping box. The container is the box and the codec is whatever you pack inside it. The box organizes everything so it can be transported and opened properly. I actually love this analogy because it clicks instantly. The box doesn't change what's inside it, and two identical boxes can carry completely different things. Inside an MP4 file, you'll usually find video encoded with H.264 or H.265, paired with AAC audio. Those are the actual technologies compressing the video and sound. MP4 just holds them together along with extras like subtitles, chapters, and metadata. This simple design is why MP4 works almost everywhere. Phones, laptops, TVs, game consoles, editing software. Nearly every device understands it without needing extra plugins or conversions. It's also the container YouTube recommends when uploading videos because it balances compatibility, quality, and file size extremely well. MOV. MOV is Apple's video container format and is basically MP4's slightly more professional cousin. It was developed by Apple for the QuickTime multimedia system and became a favorite in editing and production workflows. Just like MP4, MOV is a container. Think of it as another shipping box that holds video, audio, subtitles, and metadata together. The difference is that MOV is often used for higher quality, less compressed footage. That makes it great for editing because video software can work with the file without squeezing it down too much. Professional tools like Final Cut Pro use MOV files frequently, and many recordings from iPhones and Macs are saved in this format when you choose higher quality settings. If you've ever shot a video on your iPhone and tried to send it to a friend on Android and the file took forever or wouldn't play properly, that's MOV doing its thing. The footage is high quality, but the container doesn't always travel well outside Apple's world. The catch is compatibility. Inside the Apple ecosystem, MOV works beautifully. Outside of it, things get a little awkward. Some devices play it perfectly. Others look at it like it's just arrived from another planet. That's why MP4 usually wins for sharing videos online. MOV is fantastic for production and editing. MKV. MKV is the power user container of the video world. If MP4 is the simple, reliable format everyone uses, MKV is the one enthusiasts use when they want full control. The name stands for Matroska Video, an open-source container format designed to hold almost anything inside a single file. Video, multiple audio tracks, subtitles in different languages, chapter markers, metadata. MKV can store all of it at once. One detail power users love, MKV supports soft subtitles, meaning you can turn them on or off during playback without them being permanently burned into the video. If you've ever been stuck with hard-coded subtitles covering half of the action, you understand why that matters. Think of it like a giant digital backpack where every piece of a movie can travel together. The flexibility made MKV extremely popular for high-quality media collections and Blu-ray rips. People who archive movies or TV shows often use MKV because it preserves quality while keeping everything organized in one file. It's also great for modern high-resolution content. 4K and even 8K video can be stored inside MKV without problems, which makes it ideal for long-term media archiving. The downside is compatibility. Some older TVs, media players, or consoles don't always recognize MKV files, but media players like VLC handle them perfectly and can play almost any MKV you throw at them. Honestly, if you don't have VLC installed at this point, what are you even doing? It's free, it plays everything, and it saved me from more format headaches than I can count. WebM. WebM is Google's web-native video format, built specifically for the internet age. Created by Google, WebM was designed for HTML5 streaming so videos can play directly in web browsers without extra plugins or licensing fees. It's also completely royalty-free, which makes it very attractive for websites and platforms that serve billions of videos. WebM usually carries video compressed with VP9 or AV1, paired with Opus or Vorbis audio. These codecs are extremely efficient, meaning they can deliver high-quality video while keeping file sizes smaller, something the internet loves. Platforms like YouTube even use WebM internally for certain playback versions of videos to help them stream smoothly across different internet speeds and devices. The downside is that WebM is more web-focused, while browsers handle it perfectly. Some editing software and older devices still prefer MP4. Think of WebM as the format built for streaming first, because when billions of people are pressing play every single day, every kilobyte saved per video adds up to millions of dollars in bandwidth costs. Efficiency isn't a nice to have at that scale, it's survival. So that's the 4 major containers: MP4, MOV, MKV, and WebM. Think of those as the shipping boxes. Now let's talk about what's actually packed inside them. The codecs that compress your video and determine how it looks, how big the file is, and how fast it streams. Number 5, H.264, HEVC. H.264, also called HEVC, is probably the most widely used video codec on Earth. Seriously, it's everywhere. From YouTube to streaming services, phones, cameras, and even your grandma's old laptop. Codecs like H.264 compress video so it doesn't eat up your hard drive or internet bandwidth. Here's the gist. Keyframes store a full picture, while delta frames only store what changes between frames. It's kind of like sending a whole photo of your living room at once, then just sending updates every time the cat moves. To put it in perspective, 1 minute of raw uncompressed 4K video at 60 frames per second can balloon to over 14 gigabytes. H.264 crushes that down to a few hundred megabytes, sometimes under 300, depending on your settings. That's a compression ratio that borders on witchcraft. It's supported almost everywhere, encodes relatively fast, and is reliable. That's why it's still dominant, even though newer codecs like H.265 and AV1 promise better compression. H.264 may be getting older, but it's like that dependable friend who's slow to learn TikTok dances, but never lets you down when you need them. Quick question, what format does your phone actually shoot in? H.264, H.265, ProRes? Drop it in the comments. And if you're finally understanding why your video files are the sizes they are, hit the like button. It genuinely helps the channel. H.265, HEVC. H.265, also called HEVC, is the successor to H.264 and the hero for 4K video storage. It can deliver the same quality at roughly half the file size, which makes it perfect for high-resolution videos and streaming. Some people complain HEVC looks worse than H.264, but that's usually a setting problem. At low bit rates, motion can smear and compression artifacts appear not because the codec is bad, but because it's being pushed too far. At proper bit rates, HEVC matches or even beats H.264 in quality while taking up way less space. I personally think the hate HEVC gets online is massively overblown. Every time I see someone say HEVC looks terrible, I already know they exported at the lowest possible bitrate and blame the codec instead of their setting. The codec isn't the problem, the user is. The main downside? Licensing costs. Not every platform or device wants to pay extra, which has slowed HEVC adoption despite its efficiency. Still, it's widely used in professional workflows, 4K Blu-rays, and streaming platforms that prioritize storage and bandwidth savings. VP9. VP9 is Google's royalty-free answer to H.265. While HEVC offers great compression, its licensing fees make it expensive at scale, something YouTube knows all too well. We're talking potentially hundreds of millions of dollars a year in licensing if YouTube used HEVC for every video on the platform. At that point, building your own royalty-free codec isn't just smart, it's necessary. VP9 delivers comparable quality without the legal headaches, which is why it became the backbone of YouTube streaming, handling billions of daily views across devices. The codec supports ultra-efficient compression, making 4K and even 8K streams feasible without burning through bandwidth. It also handles HDR, high dynamic range, along with multiple resolutions and adaptive streaming, meaning your video adjusts in real time to your internet speed. No more buffering in the middle of a tutorial you'll never finish. VP9 even supports multi-threaded decoding, so modern devices can process it faster, keeping playback smooth. It's open source and royalty-free, making it ideal for platforms that need scale without giving up all their savings. That's why Google pushed it heavily, not just on YouTube, but in Chrome, Android devices, and other projects. AV1. AV1 is the next-generation royalty-free codec designed to replace VP9 and compete with H.265. It was created by the Alliance for Open Media, a group including Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, and more, with one mission: deliver high-quality video at extremely low bit rates without paying licensing fees. Compared to H.264 or VP9, AV1 can reduce file sizes by roughly 30 to 50% while maintaining the same visual quality. That means 4K, 8K, and even HDR video can be streamed more efficiently, saving bandwidth and making high-resolution video more accessible around the world. It also supports features like HDR, adaptive streaming, and better compression for animations or fast-moving scenes. The catch? AV1 is computationally heavy. Encoding takes longer, and hardware support is still rolling out, so not every device can play AV1 videos natively yet. The good news is hardware AV1 encoding is now available on Intel Arc GPUs, NVIDIA's RTX 40 and 50 series, and AMD's latest Radeon cards. A year ago, encoding AV1 was painfully slow without dedicated hardware. That gap is closing fast. Modern browsers like Chrome, Firefox, and Edge, as well as platforms like YouTube and Netflix, already support it for streaming. Think of AV1 as the overachieving genius in school. It compresses everything efficiently, keeps quality high, and doesn't ask for extra fees, but it takes a little patience to see it in action. I've been watching the AV1 rollout closely for a while now, and I genuinely think this will be the default streaming codec within 5 years. The compression gains are too good, and the licensing is too clean for platforms to ignore. ProRes. ProRes is Apple's professional video codec, and it's now available even on iPhones. Unlike H.264 or H.265, which use delta frames to store only the changes between frames, ProRes is an intra-frame codec. Every frame is stored completely. That might sound wasteful, but it makes editing a breeze. Your computer doesn't have to reconstruct frames on the fly, so scrubbing timelines, color grading, and effects work much smoother. This is why ProRes is a favorite in Hollywood, professional video production, and even among YouTube creators who want high-quality, easy-to-edit footage. It preserves color, sharpness, and detail better than most consumer codecs, which is crucial for professional workflows. The trade-off? File sizes are massive. 1 minute of 4K ProRes 422HQ is roughly 4 gigabytes. Shoot for 10 minutes, and you've burned through 40 gigs before lunch. ProRes 4444, the highest quality variant, is even heavier. Storage disappears fast. But for professionals, the benefits outweigh the cost. In simple terms, ProRes is like the luxury SUV of video codecs. Huge, high quality, built for serious work. And maybe overkill if all you're doing is scrolling through TikTok compilations, but when it matters, it delivers without compromise. VVC, H.266. VVC, also known as H.266, is the next generation codec designed to replace H.265. Its headline feature? It's roughly 50% more efficient than H.265, meaning it can deliver the same quality at half the file size. That's a huge deal for 4K, 8K, and even future 16K content. Smaller files, faster streaming, less bandwidth stress. That said, VVC is still extremely early in adoption. Hardware support is limited. Software implementations are just starting. And most devices can't play H.266 natively yet. As of right now, there's essentially zero hardware decode support on consumer devices, and the royalty structure is still being worked out, which means manufacturers aren't rushing to add it. We're probably looking at 2027 or 2028 before you see VVC support on your phone or TV. For now, it's mostly a glimpse of the future. Super efficient compression for a world where video keeps getting bigger and higher resolution. And let's not forget the old guard: AVI, WMV, DivX, 3GP. They existed. They mattered, but they're mostly retired now. I actually have a weird soft spot for DivX. If you were downloading videos in the early 2000s, you probably had a DivX codec pack installed and had no idea what it was doing. It was just messy, it was janky, but it worked. And it taught an entire generation that video compression existed. These formats paved the way, and even if we rarely use them today, they helped build the video world we have now. And that's every major video format, from the containers that hold your files to the codecs that compress them. Some shrink videos down to almost nothing. Some keep every frame pristine for editing, and some are just getting started. Which format does your phone or camera shoot in? Drop it in the comments. I'm genuinely curious how many of you are still on H.264 versus HEVC or ProRes. If this finally made video formats make sense, then hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Now here's the thing, you just learned how video gets compressed, stored, and streamed. But before any of that happens, your game or your GPU has to actually render the image in the first place. And the settings that control how that image looks, most people either ignore them completely or just slam everything to ultra and wonder why their PC sounds like a jet engine. Resolution, textures, ray tracing, anti-aliasing, DLSS, FSR, motion blur. Those options are buried in every game's settings menu, but most people have no idea what half of them actually do. Turn the wrong one up and your frame rate tanks. Turn the wrong one off and your game looks like it's running on a microwave. And some settings barely cost any performance at all, but make a massive visual difference, if you know which ones to touch first. That's exactly what we're covering next. Every graphics setting explained simply, what each one actually does, which ones matter most, and how to get your game looking great without your GPU staging a revolt. Click the video on screen right now, and I'll see you there.